Hi, it's Sandra here in Ridge, and today I'm in my garden and I'm going to plant some strawberries. There's a couple things you should know about strawberries. One is there are several kinds of strawberries. I prefer to grow strawberries that bear fruit only in the month of June, because that way I get a lot of fruit and I can make jam and do other things like that. The other kind of strawberries you can get are ever-bearing strawberries, and they'll start bearing strawberries in June, but they'll bear little bits of strawberries pretty much all season long. You'll have lots to eat, but you won't generally have enough at any one time to make jam or pies or anything like that. So my preference is the June-bearing strawberries. So as you can see behind me, I've already marked my space that I'm going to put my strawberries in, and my next step is to add some good quality sheep manure to the soil so that my strawberries have a really great foundation to get started. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Now in my big row here, I've got 4 bags that I'm going to add, and I'm not being too worried about spreading it out, because as soon as I've got all these bags emptied out, I'm going to turn on my tiller and work it all in again, so it's going to get mixed in really well. I've got my garden all worked in. I'm just going to give it a good rake so that it's all level to start planting. So I'm spacing my holes about 20 inches apart. They can go a little closer, it just means my row will fill in quicker. It's really up to you, but the recommended spacing is 20 inches. Now, as I showed you before, I have a package of strawberries that I got at the greenhouse. I also have an old patch here that's gotten kind of, just isn't doing very well anymore, and it's just because strawberries only last so many seasons. So what I'm doing is I'm actually digging up the new little strawberries that come from the runners that are along the outside edges, and I'm going to transplant some of those into my row as well as my new berry plants. All I have to do is dig a nice clump of dirt out, make sure I get lots of roots, and I'm ready to transplant. Yeah. Now as I'm planting these, I see here that this one has a little bud already. You don't want to let the strawberries keep those buds this first year, so I'm just going to pick that off. And throughout the season, as I see little flowers come, I'm just going to pick them off because it'll make the actual plant grow better and help the roots to mature. You really can't eat strawberries the first season when you plant your plants. Now that I've got everybody planted and tucked in here, I'm gonna drag my soaker hose out into the garden and make sure that they get watered in really good. With any new plant, you want to make sure that the soil is really nice and moist to give those roots a real good chance to get started. And I'll probably check them every week or so throughout the entire season just to make sure that the ground is nice and moist for them. Thank you so much for watching, and happy growing.